Have you ever woke up in the morning and you had an incredible dream with someone in the dream, and all of a sudden, later on that day, or maybe a day or two later, they texted you or they gave you a phone call? It's kind of eerie, isn't it? I'm going to teach you how to send thought waves. This is an easy method for sending thought waves to another person using advanced telepathic communication. Hi, everyone. Robert Zink, miracle mentor and alchemy life coach. And today we are soaring high like a big, beautiful eagle. And we're always flying in the direction of your dreams and goals. Thank you so much for subscribing and clicking the bell icon. We believe on this channel that you deserve the money you desire, the love you crave, and the health and happiness that you depend on. And I think even more importantly on this channel, we believe that you deserve to fulfill your mission and purpose in this life. So thank you for subscribing. We're going to talk about thought waves and advanced telepathic communication. And I'm not going to get real weird on you. I'm going to give you some easy information to understand. It's based on the works of William Walker Atkinson. Now, if you haven't read about him, he was kind of the forerunner to the modern thought movement and the law of attraction and all the studies and information that we have going on today. He was a member of the Golden Dawn, and he was a mystic. He was an attorney. He was a scientist. He was a writer. He was a traveler. He was a very interesting individual, but you can look him up on YouTube. William Walker Atkinson. Okay, everything in the material world is in the process of movement, of vibration. Everything vibrates. Everything is moving. And I know that we look at this pen, for example, and we say, well, that pen isn't doing anything. It's solid. Appears to be solid. But the truth of the matter is that this pen is not solid. And as a matter of fact, this pen is more space than it is something. It may appear to be solid, but it isn't. And that gets into the understanding of electron fields and everything else as to why it appears to be solid. But it is more space than something. And the particles that create it are in a constant state of vibration, as are you, as am I, as is everything in the universe, and particularly your mind and your thoughts. Now, please, high flyers, do not confuse your mind with your brain. We don't know where your mind is. We don't know if the brain is simply a tool and the mind descends into the body at birth. Or maybe the mind is somewhere else and it is operating the brain. Nobody knows for sure because nobody can find where the mind is at. There's no evidence of it. We do know we have a mind, but we don't know where it's at. So understand that the mind is responsible for your ability to focus your vibration in a specific direction and at a specific person. And this could only happen in a world where everything is in movement, everything is in motion. As Bob Proctor likes to say, everything is an ocean of motion. So, high flyers, there are a number of forces in the universe. You know, there's heat and there's all kinds of different variations of elemental forces. But underlining every one of those forces is vibration. It's kind of the cornerstone. That's why I often say that the law of attraction is really a sub-law under the law of vibration. And the law of vibration its origin in understanding comes all the way back, or excuse me, dates all the way back to the ancient teachings of Hermes in the Emerald Tablet of Hermes. You know, as above, so below. Mind produces thought waves. Mind produces radiation. Mind produces thought induction. And all of them are a little bit different. And in future videos, I'm going to talk about them and we're going to go into more depth so you can really learn how to use the power of your mind to manifest the life that you desire for yourself and help empower others as well. So, high flyers, thought waves emanate from the mind, from the unconscious or the subconscious mind. Now, in most people, most of the time, thought waves aren't going in any particular direction. They're not focused. They're kind of blurry. They're kind of indirect. And so they really have no value. They don't influence anybody. And that's really the point. So, high flyers, when it comes to sending thought waves to another human being, I would only ask that you always put their benefit higher than your own. In other words, are they going to benefit from you sending thought waves? I had a client who was suffering from cancer, and I would work on her, about once or twice a week. But in between, I would work on her mind, and I would send thought waves to her. And her mind would work on her immune system and on the cells, the good cells in her body, and they would literally start destroying the cancer cells. This is a positive use of sending thought waves to another person. You must know exactly what you desire. That's critical. If you don't know exactly what you desire, and you have to be specific about it, then you won't know. Then your thought waves become blurry, and they become diluted, and they become weak, and they become inefficient and ineffective. So you need to know exactly the message you desire to send and the outcome you desire to receive. Well, next, as I said, you have to have a clear message of benefit to the other person. And I reduce this benefit to a sentence or two. So I'm using this as an example, and you can create your own. You are happy and fulfilled living and loving with me. Now, I'm using this in a relationship. So say two people who have been married for years have had a falling out. They've outgrown each other, but there's still positive benefit there. A simple message such as, you are happy and fulfilled living and loving with me, would be a very positive, energetic thought wave that you could send. But now, step number 3 is you have to create a mental image. What does it look like when this person receives this vibrational energy? And how do they start to feel different? It requires you to, I'm a double Pisces or triple Pisces, so it's easy for me, but you have to get in touch with their feelings. This is part of this mental imagery. You feel this other person missing you, being happy with you, remembering happy times, and not wanting to be separate from you. You literally connect with their energy after you have sent that thought wave. Now, high flyers, William Watker Atkinson, along with everyone else that teaches the law of attraction, says that imagination is the key. And so you need to imagine the person that you are sending the thought wave to, reacting in a positive way, feeling happy, feeling excited, feeling motivated, feeling changed in some way. They're changed. They're being moved from one position to the next. You have to imagine that, and you have to imagine it with emotion. You have to be excited for them, and you have to be excited for yourself. It's so important that you employ the power of imagination as you are sending out your thought wave. Now, high flyers, one of the techniques I like to use is I'll take an object that is important to me, such as this wedding ring, and I will simply hold the object. I will close my eyes. I will create the mental image of Rachel receiving the thought wave, and I will just hold on to the ring as I am doing it. Then I imagine it in my mind. I emotionalize it. I see the outcome. I see her positive feelings. I am tapped into her positive feelings. I'm tapped into mine. I feel a deeper connection with her, and I'm touching this ring the whole time. This is an anchoring method that really works, because then throughout the day, I don't have to go into this deep meditative state. All I have to do is touch my ring and kind of move my ring around. And she begins to receive that positive affirmation, that positive thought wave. And she's benefited. I'm benefited. Everyone wins. Well, high flyers, finally, I think this is so important. After you're done, whether you're using the object method or you're just lying in your bed doing this method, you must clear. Clear, clear, clear. Just let it go. It's done. It's gone. And I will, when I do the work, I will oftentimes make what they call the sign of silence. It's used in the Golden Dawn, but it's actually the sign of Harpocrates. And it's just a sign of silence. It's just a way of sealing the energy and saying, okay, the energy's out there. It's doing its thing. The thought waves have been sent. Everybody's winning. Everybody's happier. And now I move on with my life. I move on with my day. And I don't think about it, because if I think about it and I wait for results, results never tends to come, because I start to choke the energy. You remember in the beginning, I was talking about that dream, and when you have a dream about somebody, then they call you. Well, you don't oftentimes expect them to call. You're almost surprised and amazed. And that's what I mean, high flyers. Don't choke the energy, detach and let it go. And now here are some other videos to help you on your journey.